Logging into the Wi-Fi Network's live coverage of the 2035 World of Warcraft entry draft. My name is Kirby Hancock, level 190 Pandaren Fire Mage. Thank you. I'm joined on my left by a good friend of mine, Icarus Child, level 190 Dildonian Spunk Weaver.
How's it going, Kirby?
And last on our panel, but definitely not least, our token super babe, Tigress P. Hellscream, a level 190 Hello Katerian Fury Warrior.
Hi, Kirby.
Always a pleasure to have these two on my team, and later on we're going to be joined by our scouting expert live from the Warcraft Institute, Professor Scanner Brightly. We're coming to you live from BlizzCon. I can't even begin to fathom how epic this year's draft is going to be. The ripple effect this is going to produce throughout the world will be astounding. Never in the history of the WOW have we had such a deep pool of frighteningly powerful tunes for the guilds to choose from. This is the 2035 entry draft. Before the draft officially gets underway, which should be any minute now, I would like to get your guys' thoughts on what is going to happen today. Any predictions, expectations, anything you're looking forward to? We'll start with Tigress, because we all know it's beauty before age.
Well, first off, I'd just like to thank you for having me on the show tonight, Kirby. I'm really curious about the 7th pick this year. Warcraft Guild the Video Star has that selection this year. This has always been an interesting spot because if you don't trade up, you might miss out on some really choice picks that they need. In my opinion, to really contend with the other, more established guilds in this league. Now, here's the problem. There's really only 2 or 3 top-level healers in the draft. You have Van Heelen, Can I Borrow a Healing, and Back to the Suture. Then there's a steep drop-off after that, and if they don't get a higher pick, they could end up having to pick someone like Ali McKeel or Polar Scrotum, which could devastate your chances at the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm curious to see who's going to go 7th as well. But what I'm really concerned about this year is the draft order. How does a guild like Warcraft get first pick? Now, it seems to me like for the last 3 heroic raids of the season, they sent noob after noob into an instance group. They put all their top tunes on IR. They even pugged a few tunes. And they did this for both their 10-man and their 25-man games, in what I believe is an obvious push to steal a higher pick in this year's draft. Now, the second pick is absolutely deserved. I haven't seen a guild raid as poorly and as organized as Elwyn Forrest Gump did last season. From top to bottom, this guild has never seemed to have a clue about how to run a successful raid. Everyone in the WOW saw the blooper reel last year, where they took 14 healers, 7 tanks, 4 DPS, all the league minimum of 190 level, and wiped on the trash mobs up to the regular Lord Morrogar. Who does that? So what I'm saying is, Warcraft stole Elwyn Forrest Gump's first pick.
Now, while we're on the subject, real quick, first pick, who do you think is going to go?
Oh, Van Heelen, no doubt in my mind.
I'm going to have to go with the Death Knight Bloodspec tank. I've had my eye on for a long while now, out of Milan. D. Knight Shyamalan.
Funny you mention him, because I was just about to bring up this year's gear scores, straight from the PVC tube. Now, D. Knight didn't do too well against the Combine, while some other, as some would say, less epic tunes managed to squeeze out higher numbers. Do you think this could have an effect on the guild's choice to pick him first, or do you think his gear score, while playing in college, will speak for itself?
Tough to say, Kirby. You never know what these guilds are thinking, coming into such an important event as the entry draft. I will only say, if he doesn't go first, it'll be a huge mistake for Warcraft.
They have lots of very talented tanks. Gilu has carried this guild through 4 heroic championships now. What they're going to go for is a decent holy priest like Van Heelen, whose MPS is off the charts, and his modest 5,305 gear score is nothing to sneeze at.
Well, we won't have to wait too long, it seems. I'm getting word we're going live down to the podium for the opening ceremonies.
Welcome, fellow WoWheads, to the BlizzCon 2035 World of Warcraft entry draft. Warcraft has first pick. The 5-minute timer starts now. Let's begin.
That's it, males and females, it has begun.
I really hope Van Heelen gets picked right out of the gate. This guild really needs a reliable healer. Van Heelen hasn't missed a scheduled raid day in over 2 years. His HPS are very good. He always comes not only with his own mana pots, but brings feasts and cauldrons to share. He's been top heals in every 5-man dungeon for the last 2 months, and his arena heals are top ranked.
I understand that Van Halen is a good healer, but another tank could open up a second 10-man raid group, and also finish the guild achievement for all races. DK, the classy achievement, I believe.
They should focus on a solid core 25 raid group before they worry about achievements that really don't matter. Fact is, with Van Halen on their roster, the raid group would be complete.
Well, let's ask our expert. Down to you, Scanner.
Hello, Icarus. Could you repeat your question, please?
Should Warcraft go with D. Night Shyamalan or Van Halen?
That's been on a lot of people's minds, and it seems to be a split decision. There are many reasons for each tune, but if it were me, personally, I would go with Van Halen.
Yes, I told you.
Just going off gear score, time played, Van Halen brings a lot more to the table. His 14k achievement score, farming attributes, and his Master Chef achievement. This tune is a well-rounded tune. DK is a good player, but cannot cook and is not an alchemist.
I can see your point, Scanner.
2-minute soft enrage timer.
Well, we just hit the soft enrage timer. Warcraft better choose soon before it's too late. They just lost 25% mana.
I'd like to use this time left to send a big shout out to our friends at Ragnaros Security, providing all the security for this year's draft. So far, they've done a much better job than the Pandas hired last year, who mauled 13 people to death and injured several hundred. Ragnaros, the on-fire security experts. Okay, we're gonna go back to the podium for the first pick of the WOW entry draft.
Males and females, we have for you the first official pick in the 2035 WOW draft. Guild Warcraft has chosen Human Holy Priest Van Halen. The next pick is Elwyn Forest Jump. Your 5 minutes begins now.
I told you so. Van Halen, his first pick.
Okay, tunes and noobs, there you have it. The first pick in the draft. Van Halen moves to Warcraft. No word yet on what that contract looks like yet, but you can be sure he has a lot of gold coming his way. We're going to take a commercial break. When we return, we're going to see who Elwyn Forrest Gump chooses for the second pick of the WOW entry draft.
What does it take to become a great champion in WoW? It takes 8,000 hours of raid time. It takes staying up all night and getting no sleep. It takes missing work, social parties, and the elimination of family time. It takes countless dollars purchasing all the shit it takes to play this stupid fucking game. It takes mindless repetitive behavior and knowing an entire world is behind you. And it takes the right gear. Just ask this year's #1 overall draft pick, Van Halen. You can only get it at Gear Check. Gear Check. Get in gear.
Welcome back to our coverage of the 2035 WOW entry draft. So, Icarus, who do you think Elwyn Forrest Gump will take with the second pick?
Well, Kirby, they need so much as they're lacking talent at every position. But the area they should look at is...
Oh, I have to cut you off. We are going back down to the podium as the commissioner is about to make an announcement.
The Elwyn Forest Gump Guild has traded the second overall pick in this year's draft to 2 Cast 2 Furious for 2 expired game time cards, a ride on a Lori Tundra map, 20 Lich Bloom 3 craft singles, and 4 juice boxes, and a 4th round conditional pick in the 2076 draft.
Wow, it seems that the rich keep getting richer, and Elwyn Forrest Gump proves that they're born noobs.
If ever there was an argument for guild retraction, this was it.
Well, you are guaranteed a good gear score when playing them. That is the only positive thing I can say about Elwyn Forrest Gump. Have we heard of what flavor the juice boxes are?
No, they haven't released that information yet, but now that we've had this turn of events, who is 2 Cast 2 Furious going to take?
You don't trade up unless you have someone in mind who you really like, but I think they won't be there at the 19th pick.
I think that Vanilla Ice Mage is going to be the pick here. Talking to the GM before the draft, he was blown away by the Ice Mage's skill and maturity.
You mentioned maturity, and Ice Mage has it in spades. He's been playing for over 30 years, and his mom says he does all his chores and never misses his curfew, as he never leaves the house.
Looks like the pick is in. Let's have a listen.
With the second pick in the 2035 WOW draft, the 2 Cast 2 Furious Guild selects Vanilla Ice Mage. The Screen Actors Guild is now on the clock. Huzzah!
A proud moment for Ice Mage for sure as he makes his way up to the podium. He's breathing heavily, sweating, taking puffs from an inhaler. Oh, he's dropped the inhaler. He's dropped to one knee, possibly in prayer. Nope, he's finally collapsed. Probably not in prayer. A large crowd is gathering around him to provide medical attention. No, I stand corrected. They are looting him. Let's go down to our expert, Scanner Brightly, who is standing next to the body of Vanilla Ice Mage.
It's a chaotic scene right now, with players looting the body and paramedics trying to get to the deceased. I'm told by officials that it will take a few minutes to see if his wisp will return to his body. If not, it will be a few minutes to discard the body.
Now that we have a little time, let's take a look at what's going on here at BlizzCon this year. Don't worry, it's the same setup as the last 40 years, with the exception of 2 new levels up on the 5th and 6th floors. One is the missing persons booth, and the other is for storage space. The big buzz this year is the new expansion pack, Curse of the Wet Blacks. That includes the new zone, Mex Africa, new level cap at 195, new profession, Orange Salesman, new race, Were Fairies, and a new class, Delivery Driver, and a new legendary weapon, the Magical Grappling Spoon, as well as a new mount, the highly anticipated Tokyo Office Chair. Let's hear some fan reaction on the expansion.
I'm Helio Estevez, a level 85 Paladin Troll. I totally can't wait to grind for the grappling spoon, and the best part is, I found the store downtown where I only have to wait 9 hours in line for the expansion pack.
I'm Pink Sprinkle. I'm a level 60 Blood Elf, and this is pretty cool. Did you know Vivid is holding JizzCon next door? The new expansion is the Rise of the Flaccid.
My character's name is Covalent Gold Bond, and I like taking medicine. I've been playing WoW since 1963, when it was just 2 moon rocks and a tourniquet, and it was just the villa of Warcraft. Things were simpler back then. You could just cut a tree down and find a rupee. I need my medicine.
My therapist says WoW is the cause of my depression, anxiety, impotence, and he says that my reliance on this game to provide me the satisfaction that I should be getting from my real life is the sole cause of why I can't look forward to anything in the future. This game, this is going to prove I'm wrong. This is the future and my real life.
As you can see, Kirby, fans can't wait to get their hands on their keyboards and play the expansion.
Can you get us some fan reaction on the rule changes coming in with the expansion?
Sure thing, Kirby. What are your thoughts on the new rule changes?
My character in the game is Heal Before God, and I love the stricter penalties for rage quitting. And I'm just delighted about the inclusion of same-sex marriage. It's about time.
Well said, my lad. How about you, miss? What are your thoughts on the new rule changes?
Well, I'm a Gironista, so I am super stoked about the new fashions in this year's game. Can't believe that we can get weapons and armor and make them look however we want. Complete customizing control. Unbelievable. Not only will we have the gear score, and now we can raid in style.
Hi, I'm the infamous warrior mage against the machine. I'm worried about the ban on human growth hormones and steroids. My tunes can take armor potions. Why can't I take performance enhancement substances to help me raid better?
Nobody said that you can't. They just said that you shouldn't.
I like the new child tracking system. If my kids are online, all I have to do is log in on my character, and I can track all their movements and interactions with other tunes. This way, I know where they are at all times, and they are safe.
I like the way that I could sign in 2 characters at once so that my mom thinks I'm farming, but I'm actually in Horse Haven having my tune's asshole eaten out by a Dildacorn.
I really like the fact that they changed their policy on illegal farm bots. Finally, we can use bots to do all our daily chores and quests. Now we have the time to take that vacation to Roller Coaster Tycoon that we've been saving up for.
It's great that these rules are getting stricter, but they should go further. It should not just be a ban from the game for stealing gold and gear. It should be a criminal offense, punishable by death, like they have in Korea. They put 13 people to death last year for WoW offenses.
There you have it, guys. Back to you, Kirby.
Funny that last fan mentioned Korea, as it has been a huge topic of discussion these last few decades. Their policies when it comes to Warcraft have been controversial, if nothing else. Tigress, you're from Korea. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Because 98% of the Korean export market is WoW Gold, they haven't actually farmed any real crops, so their people have been starving to death.
They actually changed their currency from the Korean yen to WoW Gold. This was all due to the salary cap system that was brought into WoW in 2019. It just goes to show the farmers always get shit on.
2-minute soft enrage timer.
It looks like that soft enrage timer is starting for the 3rd pick of the draft.
Well, the Screen Actors Guild better make their selection soon. We will return with our coverage of the 2035 WOW entry draft after this message from our sponsors. Buy their stuff. Love them.
Hey, you tired of night elves waving their limp storm sabers in front of you when you're raiding Stormwind? Make them kiss your darn asses, okay? 4-man seating power, award-winning Archaean Reforger NPC, best towing capacity in class, and it frickin' comes with its own item repair merchant. Introducing the all-new 2035 Grand Expedition Yak. Jump on and grab life by the horns. Built for the top.
They said we couldn't put jewels on an Onyx Panther. We did. They said we couldn't ride something covered in sharp jewels. We did. They said we wouldn't be able to reattach our testicles. We did. They said we'd never be able to trick a bunch of idiots into wasting half their life trying to get one. We did. Introducing the all-new 2035 Jewel Onyx Panther with best-in-class steering, multi-climate control, and the all-new ball-cupping massago seat, Onyx Panther luxury mounts. Remember to ride responsibly. Welcome back. The Screen Actors Guild still hasn't made their selection yet, and it looks like, yep, the rage timer has just hit, and the commissioner is turning into a large nether drake. He's now hovering above the stage. Oh, there seems to be a bit of commotion down near the podium.
It looks like a Brody is trying to crash this year's entry draft.
Ladies and gentlemen, Thunder Fury!
The commish took his head clean off, thank God. It looked like that pony was about to claw.
Every year at this event, this happens for over 50 years. When will the people get a life?
Totally.
Oh, I'm being told the reason for the Screen Actors Guild not having their picket yet is because their general manager was playing WoW on his laptop and deep frying ribs. Both were plugged into his fat scooter, which was plugged into his pacemaker for power. All 4 devices are now not working.
Just a friendly reminder to always read warning labels.
What a pleasure. Joining us now is this year's first round pick, Van Heelen. How does it feel? The big day is here. You're the first round pick in this year's draft. What is going through your head right now?
I just want to play WoW. You guys have a computer in here? I need to do my dailies.
Don't we all?
So I see you arrived in style.
Yeah. With being this year's first round pick, I'm now being sponsored by So-and-So Mounts. They gave me a free Tokyo office chair.
I am so jealous right now.
Now, Van, can you tell our viewers what makes you the first pick of the draft? What separates you from the other tunes here today?
Well, I feel that I give 110% every time I'm out, and with my pristine cut Oppo in my gem slot, I can literally give 110%. Plus, my name is witty and ironic.
Well, I'd like to thank you for joining us here today. I honestly won't be surprised if you're here next year accepting an achievement award for Noob of the Year. Now, speaking of awards, let's do a little recap of this year's awards and who they were awarded to. Taking home this year's Noob of the Year award was Cerebral Bore. I heard from a friend of his that he didn't go on one single date last year. He broke every noob gear score due to his effort to stay indoors. Now that is sacrifice. The Real Sacrifice Achievement Award this year goes to Peter Pecker Cheese Dong from Iowa, who unplugged his comatose sister's life support system and plugged his laptop into it when it was about to run out of battery life in the hospital.
That guy is nothing but a hero.
And taking home the 2 Birds 1 Stone achievement this year was Spunk Fountain from Canada, who pushed his pregnant girlfriend down a flight of stairs earlier this year, killing both mother and child.
Life gave him lemons and he made lemonade, and a sweet award.
Keep on gaming.
Now, on another subject, let's have a look and see who made the Wall of Shame list this year. The biggest surprise this year was former 2-time MVP Troll Tripper, whose logging time went down from 13 hours a day down to 7 hours a day.
Shocking.
Didn't see this one coming.
Next up, we have Sir Corwin, who ended up getting a job. This, after his parents made him start paying rent and doing chores. It has really taken away from his WoW time.
It's really unfortunate. Sir Corwin may be 46, but his tune is only a mere level 8. No child should be snatched from this world at such a young age.
What a loss.
Taking top spot in this year's Wall of Shame is Senor Tanks-a-Lot, who got married in real life, leaving his toon wife and kids to fend for themselves.
The child support is going to kill him. Having to give half his gold to his toon wife and paying child support, he won't have any gold to buy any good mounts.
Speaking of mounts, we'd like to thank our partners at the Mounted Police who heroically volunteered their valuable time to sit on their fat asses at the missing persons booth. Scanner is standing by with the chief of the Mounted Police to talk to him a little bit about what it is exactly that they do.
Thanks again, Kirby. Here with me is Frank the Tank 343.
Actually, Scanner, it's pronounced Frank the Tank 342. Level 163 Dark Ice Constable.
What is it that you guys do here to keep BlizzCon safe in the missing persons booth?
Well, in the morning we get a list of tunes that haven't signed in for 8 hours. Then I hit my hotkey. For Skinator here still has his F3. What a noob! It puts out a World of Warcraft watch, or WOWWAPV, to locate the missing tunes. If this method doesn't work within 2 minutes, we begin logging into his last known whereabouts. We contact his family, both Warcraft and real. We check hospitals and inns. We check to see if he's gotten resurrection sickness, or if he's at the auction house. Then if we still can't find him, we hack into his account and steal all his gold.
Excuse me, Mr. Police Officer Man. My mommy is missing and I need my mommy.
Oh, can you tell me your tune name, little man?
No, she left me at the trail stand while she talked to the security man, and they left in his van.
Oh, you mean an actual person? Sorry, kid, we can't deal with those. You figure it out.
Alrighty then.
People don't realize we don't have the time or resources to deal with all their real problems.
Well, you're doing an amazing job, guys. Some real inspiration for kids all over the WOW. Back to you, Kirby.
Thanks, Scanner. We're going to quickly go to commercial, but don't go anywhere. When we return, we should have the podium clear to be ready for the next pick in this year's WOW entry-level draft. Hi, I'm Martin Haverbrook with Elixir Depot. We've been your preferred one-stop shop for potions, elixirs, and flasks since 2004. Don't settle for those more expensive knockoff elixirs. Those other more convenient stores buy their products off eBay or alleyways in Korea. All our stock is crafted locally by our own kids for minimum wage. We use only digitally organic herbs and vials, digitally free roaming, never respawned.
Blah blah hippie shit. Hey, fuck off, pussy. Are you sick of those blah blah this, hippie shit that? Seriously, wowheads, if you want to pull this season, get the best, most epic potions and elixir. You want to be a fucking winner or a faggy noob? My name is Idolf von Powerhouse, and boom, I slept with 2 girls last night. Elixir Depot on the corner of Goldshire Ave near the Blue Castle on the way to West Falls.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe this. It finally happened. While you were watching that fabulous commercial, it appears Disney bought Blizzard Entertainment. We're waiting to hear what this means for us here at BlizzCon. I can't believe it. We all thought we were safe from those wait, I'm getting word we'll be doing some restructuring here live on the air. Welcome to
Discount for Blizzard Entertainment. Everybody, I'm your host Goofy, and in a few minutes we'll be... Oh, good news everyone. I just got word that we at Disney Corp just bought Vivid Entertainment. They will now be known as Disney. Now let's get Disney... we just bought the White House. We're gonna go live to President Mouse's inauguration speech. Wait, we're getting confirmation now that we own America. Wait, North America. Wait, we own the world, and the moon, and Pluto.
All citizens of Disney World must report to your local Disney store for identification, trademark tags, and reprocessing. It is our world after all.
If you enjoy feeling like you're in control of your own destiny, click on the next skit. If you're a slave to your emotions, don't click on the next skit. Choose your own adventure.